Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to QueerChannel.tv. I'm Kameron Scott, and I'm joined today by Charlie David. Charlie, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Now, we're here at Pride Factory in South Florida, and you're here actually to promote your brand new movie, which you wrote, called Mulligans, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Mulligans is a story about a family that gets a second chance by way of the father has an affair with his college-age son's best friend. And then when the affair is found out about, the repercussions of that, how they as a family decide to move on. And so it's a little bit about, you know, how we define our families and what it means to live your life authentically. So, you know, coming out 40 and plus, married with kids, which I think, you know, happens a lot more than maybe is talked about.
I know it happens a lot. Now, what's cool about this movie, when I was reading up on it, is that you actually wrote it as a book and then turned it into a screenplay, which the screenplay got good reviews from the Vancouver
series.
Yeah, you won Best Screenplay from them. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But what's it like writing a book and then turning it into a screenplay and then seeing it come full circle into a movie?
Well, it's definitely it's a very exciting and rewarding experience. You know, within the novel, I got to explore the characters maybe a little bit more. You get to really get inside their head and share what they're feeling, and you know, whereas a novel is 200, 300, 400 pages, and a screenplay is normally anywhere between 90 to 110 pages or so. So you really have to condense it, and it's really more about just the dialogue than a lot of description. And so they are definitely two different animals, but you know, fun to work with both. And when the film first opened at a festival in Toronto, it was very overwhelming for me. We had a full audience, and to hear people walk up to the ticket booth and say 2 for Mulligans, and you know, it'd be something that that I created was, you know, it was very, very magical. And then to hear people actually laughing and applauding and reacting to this story that I had imagined was very exciting.
You're very humble when you're describing this, but I mean, you won the audience choice at the Pittsburgh GLBT Film Festival, and you also won the Judges Award, or the Jury Award, excuse me, at Fort Myers Film Festival. So, I mean, explain to me how you feel when you hear, when they're handing that out and you hear your movie, your work announced like that.
Well, it's exciting, of course. I think it was, you know, it's really a testament to everybody that was involved with the film. We're an independent film, and so that means, you know, we're going out to tell a story with not a lot of money. And that means, you know, everybody's really coming together. Lots of volunteer hours, lots of donations of everything from locations to wardrobe to food and stuff. And so it's a collaborative effort, and I think it's, you know, it speaks to all of those people who gave so much to make it happen. And for me, that was such an exciting thing, because I mean, I had my mom and my dad working there alongside me, and when I was 16 and coming out, I wouldn't have imagined that. And then, you know, 10 odd years later, to have them working beside me to make a gay movie, you know, in a way, or a movie that tells a gay story, it was a very, you know, moving experience.
That says a lot about your family and I guess your community that you come from, you know, being from Canada. So you film a lot of things here in the States and of course abroad. So what's it like taking a project and going home with it?
I loved it, and I look forward to doing it again. We shot in Victoria in Canada on the West Coast, which is absolutely stunning, and a very supportive community there. And so I definitely intend to continue shooting shows in Canada, and you know, and also down here in the States and abroad when it makes sense. But I think there is an element of when you choose a small town to shoot in as opposed to shooting in Hollywood, that it's very exciting to be shooting a movie there. And so everybody really comes together. It's like the circus coming to town, and that's basically what we were. We were a ragtag circus coming to town. And it's an interesting thing. It's like building a small city for a period of time where everybody comes together and you have that singular goal of making a piece of art, telling a story. And when it was done, we had a lot of people who were like, moms, school teachers, whatever, who had never been on a film set before, who were walking away and saying, oh, this is good. I want to do this again. When is the next one? And me and my producing partners were like, okay, let's get the first one out first. Give us some time and we'll be back. So, but I did love the experience, and I look forward to doing it again and, growing from the mistakes that we made and learning from those and, going on to bigger and better.
So speaking of a second project, do you have any, your other series, do you have anything special coming up, anything in plan for new seasons?
Well, with Bump, my travel series on Logo, we're in production on our 4th season right now. So some fun destinations that I've done were Athens and Mykonos in Greece, just finished Munich, Germany, doing Miami this coming week, through the summer going to Zurich and Glasgow, then into Hong Kong and Thailand. And so it's going to be an exciting season. That'll start airing in January. And then people are, often asking about Dante's Cove, which airs on here. And they sent out a press release earlier this spring announcing a 4th season. So I believe the scripts are written, and they're just kind of clobbering together the details on that. And that's about all I know, other than I really hope I get out from behind that mirror that I've been trapped behind for the past year or whatever.
So how many people come up to you and call you Toby?
It happens. It happens. And I just answer, It's like, yeah, I can't shoot fireballs or anything. That's what I really want. I want the writers to,
Do they ask you to do that?
Powers.
People ask you if you can do that?
Well, I mean, people who watch the show know that I'm just a mere mortal, and so I can't do any of that fun stuff. But, yeah, it is. Sometimes it's interesting when people come up and they are very passionate with me about whether I should be with Kevin or Adam, and they have very specific sentiments about which boyfriend I should be with.
Adam.
Adam? That's your choice? I like Adam, too. But I also like Kevin. It's so hard to decide.
If only you could pick.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, and thank you. Is there a website people can go to check out the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. It's mulligansthemovie.com.
And they can purchase it straight from there?
Yes. Absolutely. Or come here to the Pride Factory or your local bookstore and support them as well. That's great.
Awesome, Charlie. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.